Hey, what's up guys? It's Pat from PopularMMOs.com, and I'm doing a first look video for Rift. And we're going to take a look at the character creation, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about this game. First thing you have to choose is the faction, and the factions are Guardians and Defiance, which would be Guardians would be the good side, and Defiance would be the bad side. So let's go with Defiance. And these are the races in the game. There is Eth, there's Kalari, and there is Bami. So let's choose one of these. And these are different classes in the game. And if you look at the classes, there's Warrior, Mage, Rogue, and Cleric. And one of the things about this game is you could really do a lot of different things with each class. Like a Cleric can even tank, and a Rogue can tank, a Mage can heal. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do. So if you're bored with damage, you can always change to something else. So let's choose something that has a lot of different choices. So let's go with Rogue. And this is going to be the gear preview of what you'd look like around that level. And the gear in this game looks more realistic than cool looking, but if you like the realistic look, then that's cool. And these are some of the choices you have as a rogue. You can either be a huntsman, shadow stalker, planar sentry, battle bard. So there's lots of cool different choices for each class. And we'll go with battle bard because that sounds pretty unique. And here's the actual character creation. So you can change the look of the face, different features for the face. You can do all kinds of different things with the eyes, including like the size and the rotation of them. Change the colors. You could also change the different looks of the nose and the mouth. And there are a decent amount of hair choices for your character also. So let's change some of the colors. And you can get pretty much any color that you want. And markings are kind of like tattoos for your character. And they're like part of the storyline of the game though. You can't really see them with this hairstyle. But yeah. And you can also change the makeup on your character. And you can change their skin color. You can even change how tall your character is if you want to be real tall or real short. Alright, so let's make a character and get started. Let's click next. And here you're going to get a little, little cutscene. And actually, I think the cutscenes in this game are actually pretty good, but we're gonna cut past that so that we can get ready for the game. And we start out here, and you're going to get a quest. The quests are pretty much going to look like how you see them in most games as an exclamation point. So let's pick this up. And Rift actually has a pretty nice storyline to it, so it might actually be worth reading the text. I mean, if you're the kind of person that really enjoys storyline in MMOs, then you're probably going to want to read it. I know I kind of just skip through it generally, but in this game it actually seems pretty interesting. So it's really up to you. And when you hand in a quest in this game, it's going to be a little check mark. So let's hand this in. And I'm going to skip through some of this so we can get right to the combat. Alright guys, now we're outside and we got a quest to do some combat, so let's check out how it works. And the combat in this game is going to be pretty similar to most MMOs. Of course, it's going to remind you of a game like World of Warcraft where you have an action bar and different skills to use. So it's pretty easy to figure out how to use. And while we're out here, you can tell that this game actually has some pretty nice graphics. It is a pretty new game, so it's pretty much expected to see some nice graphics like this. One thing I'm not going to be able to show you guys in the first look video is rifts, and that's pretty much the big selling point for this game is the rift feature, which is supposed to be, dynamic content. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it instead. And it's pretty much these things are going to come out of the sky, and monsters are going to start coming out of them. And they're going to even kill NPCs and monsters around you. And what you have to do is you have to kill all the monsters, and sometimes there's going to be a boss fight depending on how fast you kill it. And it's actually a pretty fun thing to do in the game. And you actually don't even have to quest, do dungeons or battlegrounds in this game. It is a viable way to level. If you really want to, you can chase around rifts all day, which I think is pretty cool. It gives another way to level in the game. So there's lots of choices in this game, and all the ways I just mentioned are good ways to level in Rift. So there's always going to be plenty of stuff to do in this game. There's even going to be huge world events in this game in each zone. Every once in a while there'll be a big event where there's all kinds of monsters coming out from all over the place, and there's certain objectives you need to complete, and it's pretty cool. And there's huge raid bosses and stuff There's lots of raid boss there and like patrol the zones and stuff during that. And it's a pretty cool thing. And it just gives you another fun thing to do in the game. And I think that's one of the cool things about this game is that there's so many different cool things that you can do. You're never really going to get bored, which is, you know, what happens in games that don't really have a lot of features. And this game really does have a lot of features for a game that is pretty new. One thing I want to show you guys is the soul tree, which is pretty much the, you know, talent tree in this game. And these are the 3 different classes that I am under Rogue, and you can switch these too to different ones, so you always have different choices. That's what gives you so many choices in this. I can switch Nightblade out for a different one if I want, or Bard, and you know, you click on what talents you want to do, how you want to customize your character. And when you click on these, you're also going to unlock skills down here. So let's say that I use 2 on this, it's going to unlock this skill that I'm going to get also. So it's going to give me this move to use. So there's going to be lots of different skills, lots of ways to customize your character, which really makes this game cool. Another thing I wanted to mention to you guys is you can actually queue for almost anything in this game, which is always going to make it really easy to find a group. You can queue for dungeons, you can queue for battlegrounds, you can even queue for rifts, and that just shows how viable rifting is as a choice in this game. You can even queue for quests, so you're always going to be able to find a group. And there are a lot of players in this game, so you shouldn't have any problem finding anyone to play with. One of the last things I wanted to mention to you guys in the first look video is there's also combos in the battle system, which actually makes it a little more interesting. So you see, so if I use this move on something, you'll see these little skulls next to them, and that will make a move like this do more damage. So it says if you have 5 of those, it'll do more damage. So you're going to set up a lot of combos while you're battling, which makes the combat a little more fresh, a little more exciting, which is pretty cool in this game. Anyways, guys, Rift really has a lot of different options, including questing, dungeons, rifts, player versus player. There's all kinds of stuff to do in this game, so you're never going to get bored. So I suggest this is a game that you should actually try out. Remember that this is a subscription-based game, though. You can play the trial up to level 20 for as long as you want, though, if you'd like to. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out PopularMMOs.com. See ya.